Hey, this morning I just want to share with you from the life and story of Job, wonderful man of God. The Bible says he was a righteous man, a blameless man, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil 3 times. There is the testimony of Job in the book of Job, chapter 1. But he was tested twice. He overcame the first test and he said, in all this, Job did not sin by blaming God. When the devil, Satan, the accuser of the brethren, came and took away his children, his property, his wealth and everything, and almost he was destroyed. But in all that, the Bible says he did not sin by blaming God. Then Satan comes again for the second time and he says, hey, he's not there for nothing. You take away his flesh and destroy his health, he will curse to your feet. And this is what Job did. And we find in the second test, he had a hard time. He went through, like you and me, natural people, normal people. And he faced a hard time. And here we find his friends, 3 of his friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar, they come and sit and talk and try to philosophize and try to find ways why Job was suffering. And they said, you have sinned, there's something wrong in you, even though you claim to be innocent, even though you feel that you have not done anything. But when his friends and another guy called Elihu comes to Job and speaks and, and says so many things, ideas, opinions, reasons why we suffer. And in all this, I don't know how many days, how many months, God was listening. And finally, the Lord comes and he speaks. The Lord comes and he speaks, and he doesn't throw out opinions or philosophies or reasons for suffering. All what God says is, Job, I want to talk to you. And he says in chapter 38 and 39, what he says is, who is this that questions my wisdom with such ignorant words? Brace yourself like a man, because I have some questions for you. And then he speaks about the earth, the sea, the morning, the spring, gates of death, extent of the earth. Where does light come from? Have you visited the storehouses of the snow? Verse 24 and 38, who produces light? Who created a channel for the torrents of rain? He speaks about the stars, the universe, the heart of man, the clouds, the lioness, the ravens. Chapter 39 talks about the deer, wild donkey, ox, ostrich. And verse 39 in chapter 39, have you given the strength to the horses, or clothed his neck with the flowing mane? And then in verse 26, he speaks about the hawk, the eagle. Chapter 40, he speaks about the behemoth. Chapter 41, he speaks about the leviathan. God speaks about nature, animals, the birds, and then he says, hey, do you have all the wisdom and the strength and all the capabilities of the universe that I have created? See, man has ideas, philosophies, reasoning, but God says, look at the nature. Look at the nature. I have created all this. Do you have the powers to understand? Do you have the powers for creation? God speaks through nature, and God speaks through the universe and through the animals and the birds of the air. And humans, we have no match. We have no ways to understand how all this was created. And chapter 42, I will come in my next segment.